just wanna be part of your symphony.
Now everybody, an engine on fire, an entire airplane on fire, and a Aerosucre classic. Everybody, yes, welcome back to Swiss 01, and it's time to start a new series, the weekly Swiss 01 aviation news, where we look at what happened over the past week in aviation, which there is a lot of. I mean, just this past week, this is the Aviation Herald, there were 14 significant aviation accidents reported, which, if you know maths, is a lot. Now everybody, we're starting off with the L of the week, the pilot error of the week, which happened just a few hours ago. Would you look at this clip? Oh my God. Yes, just today a Boeing 727-200 by Aerosucre on a flight from Bogota in Colombia to Valencia in Venezuela was departing Bogota's runway 14 left when the aircraft overran the end of the runway and after becoming airborne contacted a localizer antenna before climbing out to safety. Everybody, yes, we can be glad that the Aerosucre Airlines only carries cargo. I mean, okay, they have been prosecuted before for, transporting passengers and drugs and all that stuff, but it is definitely the most controversial airline that exists at the moment, and people want desperately it to be banned. Why? Because they're known for their extremely crazy pilots. This accident that happened today kind of seems the same as what happened in 2016 with an Aerosucre Boeing 727 completely crashing after an overrun at the German Olano airport. Look at this. Absolute collision with the fence, the airplane ended up crashing. People die on Aerosucre's flights. Why? Because they keep flying airplanes extremely overweight. Obviously, this is for profit. In 2005, inspectors found 2 planes flying while more than 4 metric tons above maximum takeoff weight. The same thing happened here once again in 2016. And well, we can presume that the same thing happened here. And you know what? I'm almost impressed as to how this could happen. The runway at Bogota is 3.8 kilometers long, 2.3 miles. That's definitely one of the longer runways that exist around the world, which makes sense because Bogota is actually at an extremely high altitude. The elevation is 2,600 meters, 8,660 feet. Very highly elevated airport. Luckily, it isn't very warm there at the moment. As you may know, warmer weather affects an airplane's performance. But still, at this immensely high altitude, you'd be very nervous to fly maximum takeoff weight. And this is definitely why. Anyway, the airplane burned fuel and returned back to Bogota, and the aircraft sustained damage, obviously, to its landing gear and its left wing. We can see that here, and honestly, I'm quite impressed. This is not a lot of damage. I mean, okay, these antennas that the airplane flew into, yes, the localizer antennas you can see there, aren't as bad as an obstacle to crash in, as a brick wall. But still, at this immense speed, having only one tire probably deflated, and yeah, okay, there's a bit of brokenness here to the wing. It's actually quite good, which is why the airplane returned back to safety. And, well, the pilots really were lucky. And of course, the response is very critical. I mean, how on earth are they still allowed to operate? How is this airline not banned? If this happened in the US or the EU, or anywhere around the world really, that airline would never be able to fly again on a certificate. The CAA, Colombia's Administration of Aviation, is right now investigating. I don't know how much investigating they will do. Anyway, I mean, let's be honest, they're probably bribed by the airline, which is probably the sole reason it still exists. But alright, let's move on now to the next aviation incident of this week. We are staying in South America. We are here in Sao Paulo in Brazil, and this is what I would call the pilot win of the week. Everybody, take a look at this runway. Pay close attention to the airplane that's flashing lights at us. It's about to blow up. Like that. Yes. I'm pretty sure you've heard the news of the Total Cargo 737-400, whose cargo caught fire mid-flight, which is a huge problem always. Let's be honest, there probably cannot be a worse emergency than having a fire inside of your airplane, because you have very little time. Yes, while approaching the airport of Sao Paulo on a flight from Vitória, a Brazilian city, the crew reported a fire in the cargo hold and immediately declared an emergency. Now, we don't know what exactly happened in the cockpit here of this landing airplane right here. I'm pretty sure they followed the emergency checklists very well, because you can see that we only notice the fire itself, especially from the outside, when the windows are opened to escape later on. Once again, this huge fireball. Obviously, this happens when you feed fire with oxygen, so I guess that was done very well. After After landing on the runway here at the Sao Paulo airport, the pilots managed to escape the airplane through the escape ropes right here. Very smart. And you can see that's a lot of fire right here. This very quickly happens. You can see the firefighters trying to get in to, put it out. It's in the aft section of the airplane. I guess a really lucky case. What definitely wasn't working when the airplane was coming in for landing was the radio. So the pilots couldn't talk to ATC anymore, which was okay. ATC knew exactly what was going on anyway. But luckily, none of the other systems seemed to fail completely. Flight control was still there. Engines were still attached, so that's good. Yes, in-flight fire can very much quickly lead to crashes. I'm very much interested in what the investigation shows. What caught fire in the cargo hold? Probably the cargo itself. Maybe someone had ordered a ELF bar. Maybe lithium-ion related fire. That could be. This is very important. You really wouldn't want to have this happen again, especially in a passenger airliner. So very good case right here. Now we're moving over to Indonesia land. Once again, a 737. This is Tiragana Air's 737-500 that had a bit of an engine fire on the ground and definitely burned a little bit of that. Can you see that? That's insane. Yes, everybody, wing on flambe. That's what happens. Definitely not bad. The passengers were very quickly evacuated as well, making selfies. I think did that woman just make a selfie? That is probably the coolest selfie ever. What the hell is going on here? That is quite an L of the week here. What happened with the evacuation slide? All right, that's very good Oh my, that is broken. I hope he... Oh my God. All right, I definitely need to practice that. Okay, evacuation over the wing. Oh my goodness, that's very poor evacuation. I mean, luckily this is not this is probably the worst evacuation we've seen in 10 years, genuinely. Luckily, this was nothing crazy with any active fires going on. But in case of a crash, you guys need to do better. What the hell is this evacuation slide? Why is it tilted like that? Oh my. Please train up. I think there's nothing smarter as well than standing on the left wing, which had just caught fire. That's actually kind of smart. That's very smart. My God, where was the crew at here? There is no... okay, maybe this is crew, but that's kind of it. What a bad evacuation. Luckily, nothing happened here. But please, Tiragana Air, train your staff a little better. Jeez. So everybody, that's been the week of aviation. Quite a lot going on. At least no one died this week. Well, they nearly did. So everybody, thank you guys so much for watching this video. And I'll see you guys in the next one as always. Good night. And a special thanks goes out to my members, my supporters. Guns Killer, R27, James Duram, That Dude, Anime Gods of Gaming, Derek, Insider Plane, Nishijutsu Finder, Professional Jamal, Ryland Williams, and New York. You've got beautiful names.